Okay, I think I like this arrangement. We should be... It looks safe to me. There's 2 dancers, but I'm pretty sure, like, Katria... They can't get triangle attack from this point. Yeah, she even can't do it away. Like, it should be fine. Wait, why did he hit... Why? How did he hit twice? What? No, there's no way triangle attack was active there. Welcome back to the channel. I'll be your host, Ludwig Underseti. And it is another Winter Marth showcase, because this is still my favorite unit in the game. I just love this guy. He is so fun to play with. I mean, Robin also shockingly fun, way more than I expected, way stronger, way better, just what a unit, and Gambit is so good, it's, you can't get enough of this guy. So this, defense arrangement, the units chosen are a little bit out of date. As I recall, they were all very highly invested. I forgot to start recording this until the match had already started, which is why we're jumping into the middle of it. Which is also why we don't have the kits and merges on all the enemies. But there was no hardy bearing, there were no sweep effects, and when there aren't those 2 things, you'd really have to twist my arm to get me to not bring Marth, because he's my favorite unit to play with. And here you can just kind of see, Robin just does an incredible job as his frontline wall. Like, I didn't expect it. I don't know why. I guess, like, the huge DR from Gambit plus his weapon and the tempo, it just... And of course all the stats he stacks. It's like... I think he's really fun because he's the definition of the best defense is a good offense, I guess? Because, like, there are a lot of things that will take him down if they hit twice. But he shreds, just absolutely melts with that counter hit Ignis. Like, this dude is the Fey equivalent of, what is, like, 1,000-degree steel ball melts through a car or whatever. He is that. That is this video. So as you, like, from here, you can see it's already, like, the action is just pretty much over. We didn't let them play. Marth doesn't let the ranged units play, and Robin just heals back everything he wants to. The pots with not but a mural left. Sorry, wait a second. And there it is. Boom. Happy holidays. I don't actually know his lines. I should learn them. But, you know, from here, pots, not terribly difficult to get. We will not drag this out. Don't you worry about it. Let's get on to another match. So this one was really interesting. Take a look at these skills, these units. This is like a nightmare team. This is like, I mean, okay, so they have the bonus mythic, who can stack actually a lot of speed. They have obviously that guy. You know all about that guy. Crazy Far Save, Frere, and double Dancer, even with stack kits on the Dancers. Like, who has ever seen a stacked up Dorothea like that? I certainly haven't. And so I took a little bit of time here to, like, try and really think about how to position for this, because I wanted this match. Oh, I wanted it. I really want to prove that I can stack my Marth's speed high enough to take down Claude, because theoretically, my Winter Marth is built exactly to deal with that kind of unit, right? Like, even if he somehow stopped my special from going off, my second hit, it's not actually a brave hit, it's a desperation hit, so his damage reduction does not apply to the second hit. If we get 2 hits off, with or without Deadeye he goes down, or if we just get off 1 but the Deadeye is ready, that also works. Which, like, won't really happen because it takes... like, the Deadeye is always going to be the second hit Marth gets, like, never the first hit, so if Claude would probably come in first for the fight, it's difficult to set up. Anyway, all that is to say that there are a lot of things to consider here, and I really want to prove what my unit can do.
What is your desire?
So we can finally get in position,
Right you are.
which Tana and Robin make very... I actually always forget about Robin's insane warping ability. He could move, like, up next to Tana there, before she even moved. But we want to keep our units safe, we want to keep everyone protected, we don't need to overextend. And the thing here is that, in my mind, there's no way for Katria hits to go off here, right? Like, there's just not enough warping. It would require the Dancers and some overextension, and hopefully we can just not deal with Katria. I'm thinking, these units are so good, how do they have a weakness like this? Well, let me tell you about Firestorm Dance 3. I wish I'd recorded this match live, because this happened, and I'm like, that, like, you see the times 2, and I'm like, yeah, he attacks twice, I don't have full enough follow-up. But then he hits twice before I hit back, and I'm like, what's going on? Was Katria active? How did he get triangle attack? No, it's Firestorm Dance, it's Desperation. So, Mira actually is a combat unit. Firestorm Dance on defense is not something I've ever had to think about. Has anyone else run into this? It's crazy good. And, however, with full null follow-up, that wouldn't have worked. So I now have Legendary Alencia who can give full null follow-up to Robin, and I'm very excited to run this team back next week. Hopefully get some more defenses like this where we can really let that full null follow-up shine. I'm excited about it. You get to use, you know, my new favorite Legendary with my favorite team. Ooh, it's going to be a good time. A little hard to get the pots, but it's going to be a good time. Anyway, that's this match. I hope you enjoyed the clickbait style of it at the beginning. And let's get one more real one for the fans. This is the best match here. Whew, so this is the big one. This is really showing what this team can do, and showing that there's a little bit of that old AR flavor in here, because sometimes you actually do have to think and make good decisions with this team, which, remember when the game was more like that? A little bit less just, my unit beats yours so I win? It's not quite as bad as I'm saying, but you know what I mean. So here the thing is, that Veronica is right up front, and she is baitable, but she sweeps if there were too many units within 2 spaces. So positioning really matters here, but like I said, if it looks possible for Marth, I'm gonna do it with Marth. That's just the kind of guy I am. I'm also opting not to bring the null follow-up support here, because if you look at their team, I don't really need it for anything. Like, there's guaranteed follow-ups and stuff on Femortis, but he doesn't block my follow-ups. And Chrom doesn't, Veronica doesn't, Drasir doesn't, Sonya doesn't. I don't need the null follow-up. What I want is an extra life just in case things get out of hand with Chrom, because he is a unit who is known to stack up some defense, and when my special is Deadeye, defense really compounds its effect on my damage output, right? Like, 8 defense kind of means I'm dealing like 24 less damage. So, small increases in defense can make big dents in my damage output and my ability to, like, 4 or 5 defense can be the difference between, like, pretty significant overkill and, like, just missing. That's the thought here. I hadn't really considered that the dance would get spent like that. I love seeing Sonya get in there. That's, like, such a nice unit to take off the board. Because if she had moved after Veronica, she'd actually still be there, still threatening things, and would force me to position differently. But by getting Veronica off the board, which we win the speed check, thankfully, and we get super lucky and Chrom doesn't come in, so now we actually have nothing limiting our positioning in the same way, which is amazing. I love that. That's my favorite thing. We can just clump up, put Robin in the front. We have all this lovely fencing to protect ourselves. And the thing is, this also means that we can now stop Chrom from changing fate on the way in, which actually gives him so many stats. I was really worried about his bonus doubler. I hadn't thought about the fact that I run dull ranged, so that's not the thing to worry about. But it does give him, like, you know, 2 or 3 more bonuses, plus maybe the potential dance from Peony. Like, he can stack a lot of bonuses, and that turns into a lot of stats very fast. Like, he can easily get Spectrum 10 just from that, not even counting his visible buffs and bonus doubler. And plus 10 defense means minus 30 damage for me, which, doing out the math in this game is a losing battle. You can tell, I'm like sort of thinking about it. It's not worth it. So, I can't do out the math, I just have to do everything I can to maximize my damage output, theoretically. So we can finally just get in position. It took me a while to figure out exactly how I wanted to do this to get everyone in the best positions, because I've got, you know, spurs and drives and the Naga buffs and want to keep everyone safe. But now we are in the power clump, and we can see... I'm worried about this guy. Like, the broad concepts that counter Marth are obviously Hardy, Bearing, and Sweep. But there's also, like, these really high defense ranged units that I just can't hit through. And the ones that you really have to worry about are Chrom, Duochrome, sorry, Legendary Chrom, Duochrome, and Duoasker. Now, I was really overestimating his abilities there. I do think there are ways to build him where he could put up a lot more. I think that if he came in on that first turn off the dance into Repo, it would have been a lot closer. Getting the one-shot feels really good. It means that I'm investing properly. I'm pretty sure this was the match that inspired me to ascend his attack. It's just when it's your favorite unit and you're actually using them, I think that's the correct use of the resource. But anyway, from here we have managed to thin their ranks. And, yeah, we can kind of either just wall out the Dancer with, you know, Robin who can't hit bag and won't take any damage, or we can get her and send Duma on a Wild Goose Chase. Looks like I opted to take Peony, and, you know, from here, Pots, not too difficult. So that's another little Winter Marth showcase. Kind of different than the Chaos Season 1 because there's a lot more restrictions on the team here. Having to fit in 3 mythics means I don't quite get all of the supportive pieces I would like. But, you know, we also get, like, visible speed buff, visible attack buff in the mythics, so it kind of evens out. It's just, that support slot is contentious. And, like, here I had Mimir for the extra life because I was worried about Chrom. Even though I'm not entirely convinced it would have worked because he has that guaranteed follow-up attack, I'd have to live the first hit. Whatever. Anyway, I still like this team. I think it's working. I think it's going to be even better next time with Alencia, so subscribe if you want to see that. And I think I actually have another offense video coming out, and then it is defense time, and we do it all again in light season. So hope you're still enjoying, hope you're still picking up what I'm putting down, having a great time with the content. I'm having a lot of fun coming back to it and making it, hanging out with y'all. Gonna try and respond to some comments. I don't know, we'll see. Thank you for being here. I appreciate the engagement, and till then.